Welcome to our e-learning video on the subject of the democratic deficit, a concept that has become increasingly significant in discussions about the quality and authenticity of democracy in various political systems around the world. Today, we will explore what democratic deficit is, its implications, and how it manifests in different governance structures. The term democratic deficit refers to a situation where ostensibly democratic organizations or institutions fall short of fulfilling the principles of democracy in their practices or operation. This gap can be seen in the lack of accountability, transparency, and representation that stakeholders, particularly citizens, expect from their governance systems. This concept is often discussed in the context of international organizations like the European Union, which some critics argue suffers from a democratic deficit due to its complex structure and the perceived distance between decision-makers and the ordinary citizens of its member states. For instance, while the EU has a directly elected parliament, it is the European Commission, whose members are appointed rather than directly elected by the public, that holds the exclusive right to initiate legislation. This arrangement has led to debates over how representative and accountable the EU is, considering that its laws affect millions of people across different countries. In national contexts, a democratic deficit can occur in any form of government where decision-making processes are seen as opaque or unresponsive to the public. For example, in many democratic nations, citizens may feel disconnected from their representatives, believing that once elected, these officials no longer reflect their constituents' views. Moreover, when policy decisions are made through negotiations that lack transparency, or when the influence of special interest groups overrides the general public interest, the perceived democratic deficit grows. The implications of a democratic deficit are profound, as it can lead to widespread public disillusionment with politics. This disillusionment can decrease political participation, increase political apathy, or even provoke social unrest, as citizens feel their voices are ineffective or unheard. Addressing a democratic deficit typically involves enhancing the mechanisms of participation and representation. This can include reforms to make governmental operations more transparent, such as freedom of information laws, or efforts to make political representatives more accountable to their constituents, possibly through mechanisms like recall elections or more stringent conflict of interest regulations. Additionally, some advocate for the introduction of more direct forms of democracy, such as referendums and initiatives, which can allow citizens to have a more immediate say in specific policy decisions. Others propose the decentralization of power, arguing that local governance can better align with local interests and thus reduce the democratic deficit. In conclusion, the democratic deficit is a critical issue in modern governance that challenges the legitimacy and effectiveness of both national and international political institutions. By identifying and addressing the root causes of this deficit, societies can work toward more genuine and robust democratic systems. Thank you for watching this video. If you found our discussion on democratic deficit insightful and want to learn more about political theories and practices, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more educational content. Your support helps us continue to bring you comprehensive analyses of important political concepts and issues.